Okay, give me a second. We'll start in 1 minute. Okay. Okay, let me get on here. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Da-da-da. All right. Okay. Okay. 1 second, guys. Sorry, this thing is taking forever to load. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Okay. Turn that away from me. Okay. All right. Yes. Here we go. Let's see how many we got here. Okay. Okay. All right. We'll give it 1 more minute, and then we will start it up. All right. All right, let's jump on it here. Let's get started. All right, let's see here. Are we good to go? Let's see. Let me pull this away. All right, yeah, we're good to go. All right. So, welcome to the live session, Wednesday, December 17th. So, let's see where we're at. Well, we hit this. All right, so let's back up. Let's back it up a little bit. We can see we're in this long bullish channel, right? Right here. Okay. This long bullish channel. So this is a previous high. We came down, hit the lower end of the channel, hit the 20 SMA. Then we come down up here on the weekly. We make a lower high supposedly right now. Okay, we just made that high, and now we're coming down a little bit here. You know, maybe we hit the channel again, and then we set up and go. But right now, you know, we're hitting a lower high on the weekly. This is the weekly. Okay, we're hitting a lower high on the weekly, and we're coming down. Now, this we could bounce and go back up, no problem. But if we come down and we test this low here by any ways, then, you know, we're falling down hard. Down here to 63.63. Now, if that doesn't happen, okay, we're just going to come here, test this area, then we come back up, set up, and go. This is a lot of chop here. We've been in this chop area between 6,600 and I want to say 6,900. Okay, so 300 points of chop area. Okay. All right, so that's this. Okay, now if we come back to the weekly, you know, we could see that, you know, we haven't went anywhere in 3 months. Okay, we made new highs in 3 months, and then we kind of stayed in that zone for 3 months. So the last 2 months, we've been in the same zone as the third month. So 3 months, we kind of went nowhere. Okay, kind of went nowhere in that third month. Once that third month made those highs, we kind of just been trying to stick our heads above water here on the monthly. All right. Now, does that look bad on the monthly? No. The monthly, we could come all the way down to 663. All right. Let's see here. No, 63.63. That's where we could come all the way down here, and we could still be extremely bullish. Okay, it's not going to seem fun. We're not going to have fun on the short term getting to 63, but overall, the long term, we will have a lot of fun. Okay, so that's that. The monthly doesn't look crazy. The weekly, again, say we could hit this area and then come back up and go, but we can't get past this 6,900 area that we needed a break in and go higher. We can't get past it. Okay, can't get past it. All right, now we come to the daily. All right, so the daily here, we see that, you know, we had our little ABC correction. All right, and then we came back up here. We thought we started the wave 1 and the wave 2 here, which it could still be that. It's just a nasty chop area, right? So we needed to break this high here, the 6,900. We did it here, and then we dropped back immediately, came back down, you know, tried it again, came back down, rejected twice, false breakout with 2 rejections. Then we're coming back down here. Okay, now we're here. Okay, we could go here to 67.56. I think we could actually come all the way down to 6,700. I think we could come down there, okay, and then test that lower end of the channel, and then get back up in here, and then start moving on up. I don't think we come all the way down to that 100 SMA again. I don't think that happens again. But we have these what's it called? McDonald arches. We don't like those. McDonald arches, we don't like those arches, right? Those upside down U's. We don't like those arches. Okay. Here we didn't have those arches here. We had a straight line, and it looked like we were breaking out last week. Looked like we were gonna break out. Looked great. Looked like next was all-time highs. It failed. Okay, we got back up, gapped up, round up, made a new high, failed again, came back down, and then today we had that sell-off. Okay, so we were still good about yesterday. You know, we had that rejection, but we were still at this pretty much level that we've been at for the past 2 weeks. We were still holding. Today we finally lost it, and now we're below 6,800. Okay, and I think, you know, that stays like that, and I think we go lower, 67.50, 67.10. Okay, and I think this area, 67.10, is at X, marks the spot. I think we bounce there, come back up, set up, and then we take off. Okay, and then, you know, I'm hoping that tomorrow and Friday we just let it all go and get that 67.10, and then reverse it. Come Friday afternoon or Friday day, whatever it is. Say tomorrow we get it all. That'd be great, fine with me. But Friday, say we reverse it, whether midday or later in the day. And then Monday, next week, you know, actual week of you need the Santa to come. Okay, that's going to be a short week next week. So hopefully that happens. And it reverses and takes off. So I'm anticipating that 67.10. Okay, that's 67.10. Okay. All right. We can look at lower time frames. All right. See, lots of chop in the zones on the zones here. See here, this was a mega area of chop here. Okay, try to break out, failed, try to break out, double topped. This one double topped here, and then we lost it. Then here we sat off. We couldn't get past that 68.75. Now we're coming down. So now we're saying, okay, if this area and this breakdown area, okay, that breakdown area comes down exactly to 6,700 or 67.10 exactly. So that's where I'm anticipating that drop to 67.10. Okay, we're below 6,800, going down 100 points. Okay, that's what we're gonna go. 67.10 is our price. That's where we're heading. It looks pretty good from this consolidation because we had, let's see, we had this consolidation here in the block. Then we do this then we go that amount of move. We go down there to 67.10. That's a perfect move. That's a perfect area. X marks the spot. Think that we go there, and then from there turn around, and then we set up, and then we could get that rally, and then we could possibly rally into the new year, and then get some more new money in the brand new year. Because of course, you know, everybody has to take distributions at the end of the year, and everybody gets to put in new money at the beginning of the year. So that's what it's looking like, and I'm gonna tell you a couple things about tech that I'm seeing that kind of gonna show you that 12. But let's look into SPY now. Let's take a look at SPY now since we just did ES, S&P 500, right? Okay, SPY. All right, now SPY. What does SPY look like? Okay, so SPY looks like it's going to that 666 area. Okay, I think I mentioned it to you guys last time. You know, if we lose this, so if we had lost this area, 680, said we're going to 660, 675. Okay, we hit 675 yesterday, made a nice reversal. Thought that would have followed through, but I said 681 needed a break for us to follow through. We didn't. What did we get? We got a bullish engulfing. I said this morning, you in the chat, I said I think QQQ is going to give us a bearish engulfing. So they both did. SPY and QQQ gave us a bearish engulfing. So we got that bearish engulfing. Now what's our next level? 666 is our next level. And I think, you know, whether it's going to be 668 or 666, I think that's where we're going to head. Right there on SPY. Okay. if it's a big flush, I don't think it's gonna get there. I don't think it's gonna hit the 100 SMA, but I do think it will hit 666.88. Now let me go on our monthly chart. All right, so our monthly chart. So this is what I was worried about weeks ago. This is what I was worried about weeks ago. Okay. That's what I was worried about weeks ago. I said that a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. I said, you know, we hit that upper end of the channel. Okay, we're not breaking through it. If we break through it, we're going to take off and rip to 700, 800. But we're not breaking it. Okay, we're having that trouble there. So we're having that trouble there. So pull back to 666 doesn't look too bad. Again, this is a monthly chart. So now we went up, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight days, 7 straight months. So we're consolidating and pull back. Okay, not too crazy, but this can go. I believe it is here. Let's check out the weekly first before we jump on that. So here we can see the weekly. We've been grinding on that uptrend. Okay, that channel. We've been grinding on that. Okay. So 660 right here. We can see that support area, 660. Okay, 660 area. But that 20th of May, 663. So 666 is not too bad. Okay, we get there. Okay, maybe we go a little bit more. Maybe, possibly, that's 662, 663. But it's still consolidating. Okay, still consolidating. Okay, we're not in the full bearish zone yet. I mean, short term, we're in the bearish zone for sure. But for the consolidation here, this is just, you know, if we come down here, we could bounce back up and chop around here for a little bit and then make room and then keep going. But I'm not full bear yet. Full. I do think that we're going to break this channel. I do think it's going to break that channel, but it's going to take time. And if we don't, then, you know, we're going to come all the way down to 570, which that's a big jump. It's 100 points on SPY. You know, that's hard to conceive where we're right here. We come down here to that come down here to that 570. Okay, but the channel allows it. The channel does allow it. So here we went from 611 down to 482. So hey, those big drops can happen. Okay, but this one, can we come all the way back down here to that 612 possibly, maybe? But I'm not seeing that right now. Not right now. We're still, you know, don't get me wrong, we're only 18 points away from all-time highs. Okay? So, you know, if we start setting up bear flags that are looking like it's more down, then hey, definitely you got it. You got it. Then, you know, we'll set up for maybe a 650 and then a 650, 645 and lower if we even get to break 650, right? And then we'll consider, okay, 570 at that 650. You know, if you want to take a long shot right now and get some long puts for 570, you know, you could definitely do that. But right now, I don't see that because, I mean, I'll show you what I see in all of the other tech and stuff. But here I say 566. I think we could get that this week. Okay, so between 568 and 566, those are my targets for the week. Okay, I think that we're gonna go down unless somehow we gap up above 675 again, and we have a green day all the way to 667.50. Then, you know, that could be a bullish harami, and then we could get back to 680 by Friday, right? That's the only way that it's any change in my opinion. So if we gap up tomorrow, Thursday, above 675 and above that 50 SMA, and we go up and we have a green day to 677 to 677.50. Okay, we have a green day there. Okay, and then Friday we confirm the green day, which would be a bullish Rami, and we get to 680. Then we're above 680. If we get above to 681 by Friday, then that's gonna change my mind that we're going to 666. Okay, so only way. Okay, we have to have a green day above 675 and 666.50 tomorrow, and then above that Friday we got to get to 680. If none of that happens, then we go 666 by this week, maybe 665, and then close above 666. But if we get to 666 tomorrow, then we could possibly get to 662 and then bounce it up, because this is a this could be a C over here too, and then down now. No, I just think, I think that's gonna happen. I think that would happen. Okay, so with the with ES, it says it more clearly, but SPY follows ES, but their trends are not exactly the same. Prices are a little different. So, but I still think this area, general area, is where we're gonna head. 666.88 to 665. So the ranges that I think we're gonna hit: 665 and 668. Okay, so that general area with 666 in the middle. All right. So that's on SPY. Okay. All right, NASDAQ. All right, NASDAQ. I know all these are. Okay, let's see. Clear join. Let's see here. Okay. Remove old drawings. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. All right. Only okay. Okay. So all these ones they won't. Okay. So let me clear this out first. All right, now with NASDAQ, totally different story though. NASDAQ is giving me more head and shoulders kind of feeling right here. We got one shoulder, we got a head, and then we got the right shoulder forming right now. And with the RSI underneath 50, not looking the best. Okay. So we had the uptrend, lost the uptrend, failed to get back up the uptrend, rejected, came back down, and we come up here, forming that essentially head and shoulders pattern. So NASDAQ, I feel like this week, I think we'll hit this tomorrow, 24,692. I think that could hit tomorrow. Okay. So that's going to line up pretty well with this here. So that this area 24,690, 24,612. That's going to line up pretty well. I think that hits tomorrow. If it loses it, we could see hitting the 24,000 right here, 24,100 area. Yeah, right there. Yeah, 24,100 area. And then that's going to be the kicker. So if SPY or ES hits that that level of where the X is, right? With X, where we talked about, the X marks the spot. That's going to be probably the same time where NASDAQ is going to hit this 24,000 mark. So that's going to be the X marks the spot area. So we're going to see does ES hold that channel, and does NASDAQ hold this head and shoulders? If we can hold that head and shoulders and don't break down, and then and fake break down and get hold it, then this is telling us, okay, that head and shoulders is not going to happen, and we're going to go back up. Okay? But what I don't like is rounding tops at the top. So this is called a rounding top. Okay, those arches, rounding tops. Okay, and this is a rounding top as well. You know, first it was kind of rounding, then it went straight, and then now it's rounding again. So this is a rounding top. So we got one rounding top here, we dropped. Here we got another rounding drop, we're gonna drop. Okay, so puts are gonna print. Okay, so we're halfway through the drop. You know, we're at 25. We're at 25 right now. 25,000. We're going to 24. Okay, we started. We're at 25.8. Okay, we're going to 24. Okay, that's where we're going. This head and shoulders pattern is going to play all the way to the neckline. Okay, so this is the neckline here. Neckline on the daily. Okay, so that's the neckline here. I'll put it red for you, just so you know. Okay, there's the neckline right here. Okay, so we gapped up. Okay, came back, filled that gap. Okay, came over here, made a bottom, came back up here. Now we're gonna come retest that. Okay, I don't see no other way to it. You know, unless this for some reason wants to work out, but I doubt it. This little uptrend here wants to work out here. Maybe. No, I don't think so. I think the head and shoulders is more prevalent, and it's gonna drop, and it's gonna come down, especially with the ES and all them gonna drop. If we go up tomorrow, we get saved by Friday, then maybe this works out, and then, you know, we go up or down. But I think we slice through this. I think we go to 24,616 just because of the rounding tops. I think we slice through that, and then we come back here to 24,616, and then we come here, and then we see, do we hold this and go back up, or do we slice through this and end up right here? First we'll end up here, then we will end up right here. Okay, and third we will end up slightly higher. Then we'd end up third right there. That's if the head and shoulders fires throughout, which I doubt it will. But I think we honestly come here, hold it, and then come back up. And then overall, what we're going to be looking at on the monthly is just a big bull flag. But again, this bull flag, we could actually come down here. We could come to 23. We could come to 23,400. We could come there for this bull flag, 23,400. But I think it's going to be a strong bull flag. So I think we'll probably get to that 2,400 flat, or that 2,400, 100. And then we'll bounce and then chop again. And then we'll probably take off. So either way, we're either going to 24 or 24 or 23. So we're going to 24,000 or 23,400, which is going to be right around here. Right around here. right around here. Okay, so here or here. Okay, depends on if this breaks down. If this breaks down, we go here and then we go back up. Okay, so we'll hit the second target down and then we'll go back up. Okay, that's on NASDAQ. Okay. All right, so the Qs. Okay, NASDAQ is the parent. Qs is the child. So, follows it, right? Follows it around. Okay, so we got that ABC correction here. Okay, and then we had this. It was sideways. Then we got dumped. Then we tried to save it here, and then we rejected. And then we had that bearish engulfing. I felt it in the morning. I said we're gonna have that bearish engulfing, but the bearish engulfing was only to 608. This thing exceeded 608 by $8. So I was like, wow. So the 608 puts, we made some good money on it, but damn, if we would have just got some more or held them, we would have made a lot more on it. But here, I think, so you see how Qs are way more are more weak than SPY. Obviously, it's more weak than SPY. Tech is the one hurting right now. NASDAQ, it's not even as weak as NASDAQ, and it's supposed to follow NASDAQ. The Qs are the weakest, I feel like. Qs are the weakest. Okay, we're almost at that 100 SMA already. Qs, okay. All right, Qs here is its neckline here. Okay, so 5.6 or 590 is Q's neckline. Okay, so monthly support is 587. So we could definitely come down to that 587, 589. Okay, and then hold that, and then turn it. Okay, because this head and shoulders here, it's there. Okay, it confirmed when these dropped. When these two dropped below here, it confirmed it. This one tried to reverse it, failed. We couldn't get past those 20 and 50 SMA, and then we dropped hard today. Okay, so we're gonna keep dropping. It doesn't matter what after hour says. They're not gonna go up unless, again, like I said, unless we gap up. If we gotta gap up hard like 605, okay, I would say over 604, and then rally to 608, and then confirm it by being over 614 by Friday. All right, that's the only way that this will be saved. Now, if that doesn't happen, then Thursday we're gonna break through the 100 SMA, or we hit the 100 SMA reversed, and then Friday we gap up and then sell off all the way down to 590, and do another one of these, which could happen, which definitely could happen. But I think Friday we either get close to 590 or 587. I think we get close to those, if not hit them. And I think that will be the area that it turns. Now, if it breaks through, then target is going to be 656. Yeah, and then that's when it will turn around. Okay, but right now, I think the market's going to go farther down, and it's a lot of tech is weak. We're going to get into a lot of tech right now, so I'll just save it for that. But it's just telling us this is a pattern, head and shoulders pattern. Okay, we confirmed it yesterday, or no, 2 days before. Yesterday, tried to save it. Today, confirmed we're doing it for sure. So we got 2 more days. If we hit this, if we don't hit it, if we don't hit it tomorrow, we hit it Friday. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, and if we lose that, then 656 comes, and 650 most likely. But I don't think we go any lower than 550. Let's see the monthly. Where is that? This is at 525, but we have that monthly support right at 550. We have monthly support right here at 589. So I'm thinking we just hit that 589 and then we chop around here and then maybe take off next month or this coming, or we turn around the end of this month and we go into next month. Okay, but I think this is just current chop right here at the top of a bull flag. I mean, you look at it, big bull flag. Okay, last month was the turnaround. This month we're chopping in there. Okay, as long as we don't close this month below 480, you know, we're just chopping around. If it closes below 480, then we're going to 450. Okay, and then from there we bounce back up and then we take off. Okay, I don't think we could go. We shouldn't be going any lower than that. That will be a beautiful buy the dip moment. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Yeah, we're still going 700, but it's just not going to be this year. It's going to be next year. It's just going to be next year. Still going 700, and if we hit that 550, I'll be getting 700 leaps all day, because that's where it's going to go. That's where it's going to go. All right, but so far right now, that's our target, 589, 590. Okay. All right, let's take a look at IWM. All right, IWM, it's been a wild roller coaster with IWM. Tell you what, we're in this chop. We said it was going to make a pop up or down. It made a pop down, and then it made a pop up. And now it's popping back down, coming back to test that breakout. Okay, that breakout was 246. Okay, well, actually, it was 245. Okay, 246. We had to just confirm it over above that. So it's coming back there. I think it's going to come back test 245. You know, it might bounce there a little bit and then create a little head and shoulders pattern there, and then pop back and then pop back and then hold it, and then we'll probably go up. Okay, but yeah, I mean, we're outside of the channel here. I still think this goes down a little bit more. IWM 245. You know, these things look good until they don't. Like, look at DIA. DIA looked good. Broke out here, failed, right? Died. Came back up, broke out again. Now what? Failed again. Now we're below this failure. Okay, that's not good. So this one goes 477, and maybe 476. 447 and 476 this week. Unless it could hold 480. Okay, if it could hold this previous breakout here at 480.50, then then it could be saved. But if not, it's gonna come 477, 476. Okay. All right, that was DIA. Now we get into. Okay. Now we'll get into some requests. All right, iron. All right, iron. Okay. It's straight downtrend, man. This one was the last of the. This was the last of the support at 39. Okay, now we're going to 28. Okay, more likely. Yeah, 28, 27, 25 to 28. That's where you're headed. RSI below 50. Squeeze firing down. Yeah, that's where it's going. And that is that a good area to buy? Let's see. Not. It's maybe. I think that's where it started, dropped. Okay, you know. Let's see if it holds that 28, 28, 25 area. So the 28, 25 area. Let's see if it holds that. Okay. What is iron, anyways? Information technology. Holds off for computer hardware. Also mine's Bitcoin. All right, so all of these stocks are getting smashed on right now. All of them, they're getting smashed on right now. That's what tech has been not good right now. You know, all of these stocks are getting smashed on. So, will it be a good stock in the future? Yes, in the future, say like in like 2-3 weeks, very good, very possible. Right now, not really. Not really. Okay. CRWV. All right, this stock. All right. So we had mentioned this stock was going to come to at 64. It hit that, came back up. Looked like it was going to take off there, but now we're seeing. Okay, now we just clear all this out because now we're seeing something else, and I don't know if it's a good thing. Well, you can see this little roller coaster right there. That's for sure. All right, but now we're seeing something else. We're seeing. I don't even have to put it right there. I can put it right here. And right there. Alright, and then redraw as channel. We can see this here before I get that going on. Let's see. Grab this. And we'll grab this. Okay. All right. All right. So now on this one, we can see this downtrend forming. Okay. We see that RSI rejected 50. Okay, that's right here. So that's a rejection point right there. All right. So we hit there, rejected 50. Boom, rejected 50, coming down. All right, now. Okay, now we are a little higher than this one. When this cut down, it was right here. Okay, so that's that point right there. Okay, so that point right there. Right there. Let's zoom in. Okay, so right here. Yep, perfect. Right there at that 22. All right, so if this comes, this is already making a lower low. Okay, so if this breaks down a little bit more, but then this starts to turn up. You know, if this breaks down a little bit more, this starts to turn up, starts to make a bullish divergence, then you got something going there. But if it doesn't, then all you do is get a downtrend that's falling. And that downtrend that's falling might go to 5150. Okay, it might go to 5150. Okay. Now, if that doesn't hold, we'll go to 36. I don't think it will go that low. But here, since it's already here at 64 already, it could definitely have 2 days of bad that go to 5150. But if it doesn't, and it does make this low, and this RSI starts curving up, then this could be a good buy. The only reason why I'm saying it's a if, because we're already breaking this low here now, and we're getting high volume on it. So if that continues and there's an even higher volume tomorrow, then it's gonna 5150. Okay. So right now, it's not a good buy right now. I would say it's a put candidate still. Okay, that channel still prevalent. RSI just rejected. Okay, we're only 4 candles deep into it. Okay, I think it breaks. I think we could hit that 5150 area. All right. All right, Netflix. So Netflix is chilling at that 93.20 area. That I liked that last week. Okay, now this Netflix is a news heavy mover right now, because it's all dependent on who's buying Warner Brothers, right? So is it Netflix who's buying it, or is it Paramount? Okay, there was a little thing that came out that said to tell the the Paramount, I mean the Warner Brothers shareholders not to buy it from Paramount for whatever reason, because Paramount's offering more money. Yeah, but Paramount's probably going to be, one of the biggest media companies in the world, right? They already have all the servers, from the Oracle, and then they're buying up all the media, right? Paramount bought a bunch of things already, so it's gonna almost be like a world versus Netflix and Paramount. That's what it seems like already, right? That's where they're having these bids, right? These bearing over. Now, Netflix consolidating here. All right. Consolidating there, but it's holding that 93.20. That 93.20 is an important level. Okay, it's an important level. It's an important level here. I'm not saying it can't go lower. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying it's a very important level. All right, so you see how Netflix had this this head and shoulders pattern right here, and then reversed it and went higher? This is what I'm talking about when I'm saying on the Qs and the NASDAQ, we have that head and shoulders pattern, and then we come down to the neckline, and as long as we don't break down, we're going to rally up. That's the same thing. That's the same thing I'm saying about the Qs. About the Qs and about the NASDAQ. That head and shoulders, this one was on an uptrend again, and this one had the head and shoulders just like the Qs and NASDAQ, but it didn't fire down. Okay, it hit the neckline, and then it rallied up hard. Okay, I'm saying if that happens, I think that's what's going to happen with the Qs and NASDAQ this week. It's going to go to that neckline, then next week we get that rally. Or maybe it gets it Monday, and then we get that rally. But I think that's what happens. But if it breaks down, we have those targets listed already too. Okay, so this level here, okay, we had that's a resistance area. We had this support area, resistance area, support area. This is a good level of support resistance. So I like that Netflix, okay? So I would like a bounce to 100 because that's exactly where these levels are. So 93 to 100. Okay, Netflix has been down 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks in a row, but this one was kind of flat. This and down. So just say 2 weeks in a row we've been down. Okay, if we get a little pop to that 99 level, okay, and then form, say, a bear flag maybe or whatever. I think it just consolidates here and then gets closer to the channel here, and then we get a pop. But this is news driven, okay? It's news driven, so we could have that news, but as you can see, the RSI from that low keeps riding up. Okay, so that low, it made a lower low, we made a higher low. Okay, this here we made the same low, we made a higher low. Okay, so this is important. It's the same low area, higher on the RSI. This one lower, higher. Okay, this is increasing. That means buyers are buying it up. Buyers are buying up Netflix. Okay, that's what it's telling us. That's what it's telling me. It's telling that. Okay. But right now it's just consolidating still. So we're still in this sideways action. Sideways action right here. Okay, we clear that 97 or 96, 97 to 96.50 area. We clear that, and then I think that 99 comes. All right. Now, is the market going to have an effect on it? Of course. Market's going to have an effect on it. But the news is going to have an effect on this more. So even though the markets could have an effect on this, of course, the news, whatever news comes out on it, and that's what we're basically waiting on, is whatever news comes out on this, that's going to have more of an effect than the market. Now, the market is going to affect it, right? So instead of having to say Netflix gets the deal, and instead of having a candle like this, because the market's so weak, we'll have a candle like this. We'll have a half candle. We'll have or less than candle, or we'll have a candle like this, and then the next candle, you know, will be the opposite way down. Okay, halfway. Okay, so that what the markets will affect it? Yes, they will. But the news what's going to affect it more. Okay, and we're just playing this one for a short term. But if you're doing it for a long term, it's still the market's going to affect it, but it's not going to affect it as much as the news will affect it. So overall, if it's a positive news, sure. But if Paramount comes on top, yeah, it's probably gonna fall to 83. Okay, probably fall to 83. Probably fall to 83. But it's not gonna do it right now because you don't have any room for it. So if Netflix does fall to 83, it won't fall until it's probably after Christmas or next year. So if we just chop around or we go up and then we get rejected at 99 and then we come back down here and then we chop around and then it's into the first week of next year, then right after the first week of next year, we could drop it down to 83. Okay? Because you need to have it all the way to probably January 7th to January 8th, and then you could drop it back all the way down to 83. You need that room. And right now, you only have room to drop it to 88. So... and that's if you wait till the 22nd. Okay? So you need room. Okay? You don't have room to drop right now. Netflix doesn't have room to fall. Alright? So, but we're waiting on that news. News is going to be more important than the market's actions. Alright. 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 AMT. AMT? AMT? Alright. AMT. Alright, AMT still stuck in this descending triangle. Okay, descending triangle still stuck in there. Okay, it's hit the RSI 50 twice. Rejected it. Okay, squeeze is still forming. I looked at this before, but okay, yeah, it's in a good buy area. Okay, but it's not gonna go. I mean, it's in the time frame to go. Because it should go 2/3 away to the end of this triangle. It's already there. This is definitely 2/3 away. But we could always go all the way to next week. So it could go next week. If it doesn't go this week, it still has room for next week. Okay, and a little bit of the week after. So, but I think it should go either this week or next week. It's going to make a decision at least. Now, is it going to go up or down? Like the favors on the upside because, all of the support and everything. But can it dip really quick down and then reverse it up? Yeah, it sucks them to do that, Pop up and then pop down. They do it all the time. So can this pop down and then pop up? Definitely can't do that. So, this one's just on watch. It's on watch. Okay. CAG. Alright, CAG. Yeah, let's take a look at this. CAG, okay, it's at all-time lows. Okay, all-time lows. They always say a stock could always go lower, right? Stock can always go lower. It can go lower than you want it to go. Alright, so this is a channel. This is a monthly channel. It is on the lower end of the monthly channel. Okay. So we're grinding on this lower end monthly channel. Okay. The weekly does have a bullish divergence on it. Okay, weekly bullish divergence. Okay, you got earnings coming up in 2 days. So that might help. That bullish divergence could help. Okay. Now, all right. So I like this. This is a cup and handle, definitely right there. But you know how I said on the QQQs, they had the 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 sloping tops, you know, the arches, dang, I forgot what I was using the term, the slope tops. I think it was slope tops, or the S tops, or the sloping tops. Okay, this is a sloping bottom, like a cup. Yeah, it's a cup. So the other ones were the upside down cups, where it's a arch, right? So I don't have a drawing tool, like, so it's like an arch, right? It's an arch. All right, it's a sloping over. Okay, the price action goes up and then it goes down. Now the price action here is going down, then it goes up, down, then it goes up. Those are good positives, especially at the bottom area. So that does look good. It looks good. You got a positive divergence on the weekly. You have earnings coming up. You have a RSI above 50. Here you got squeeze firing. You know, this one looks good. This one can take you to this one's at 19. Mid target would be 1850. 1850 would be good. 19 would be good. And then let's see here. 1934. So yeah, it looks good. But again, earnings are 50-50. But everything else looks good. But earnings is coming in 2 days. It is 50-50 shot. But it does look good. Alright, T-Mobile. Okay, I looked at this one last a couple days ago, right? Okay. Alright, so T-Mobile. Let me just clear all this out. Okay. Alright, T-Mobile. Alright, T-Mobile. Downtrend. Okay, you got a positive divergence here. You have a positive divergence there. Right there. But I just don't know. It just doesn't look that great to me. You know, I could see oh no, that's not what I want. Okay. The only problem is you hit that, came here. It should have broke out right here. Okay, it should have broke out right here. This is where it should have broke out. Instead, it's dropped out on high volume. Okay, and it might have a bullish divergence here, but these candles are ugly. So there's no setup. There's no setup for this. Unless some kind of news or something comes out, there's no setup for this. It's just a downtrend. It's at the upper end of the channel, but the candles are ugly. This is a bear flag. Bear flag setup is pretty much right here at 202. So you can't get past that. You can't get past the 20 SMA. Guess what? Then he drops some more. So no setup here. No nothing. So this one had a bull flag. Okay. It fell. Okay. This was the last part of the bull flag. It should have broke out here. It didn't. It said it fell. Lost the bull flag here. Now here we got a bear flag set up. You know, nothing looks positive on this one except the divergence, and it's on the lower or the upper end of the channel area, but that's about it. All right. All right. All right, NEM. Here we go. NEM. Okay, so NEM for put. Let's see NEM here. So, problem is NEM has support at 97, and it has a bull flag, and you're almost at all-time highs at 102, and the market's been selling off the past 4 days, and this has just been consolidating. It's not showing me weakness like it should. I know it did gap up and sell off, but On the weekly, on the weekly, I'll tell you what. If the weekly closes like this, okay, because it's just consolidating. So if it consolidates for the next 2 more days, if the weekly closes like this, next week you lose 97, we could see a nasty fall all the way down at 90. Okay, but if it doesn't, we could gap down to on Monday a little bit and then have a big day, and then that bull flag fires and we go to 105, 110. See, that's the only thing about this situation. It's just consolidating sideways. It's putting in a doji candle. It's not telling you enough. Okay, we had rejection here, yes, and then fell, yes. Then we came straight up, and now we're having rejection in the same area. Rejected this, yes. Okay, so this is the area of rejection right here, that level. We had rejection right there, 98.45. Great. We had rejection from 102 all the way down at 98.45. Yes. Now we're holding 98.45. So that's the only difference. Okay, we're holding that area. So now we can't say, oh, puts, because, well, now we rejected that 98.45 twice, but now we're holding above that. Until we lose 97, we're holding 98.45. Okay, so, I mean, that's just the truth. That's the facts of the matter. You know, I know they look ugly, but the setup is still there. This is a nice bull flag. It could take off. So, and then for puts, I wouldn't do it right now. I wouldn't do it right now. Especially this candle. This is an inside day bullish candle. So this is a bullish harami right here. Bull flag, bullish harami. Positive here. Positive, positive. You know, this could fire tomorrow. It could fire tomorrow. It could not do anything. It could fire Friday. Could not do anything. But Monday, it could either gap down a little bit, take off, and then you're screwed. So I would just wait until you're below 97. All right. All right, Lululemon. Man, it took forever for it to break out. We got what? We got leaps over here, 170, or would you get it 179? I forgot. We got some nice leaps there. We failed on the monthly calls because it tried to break out here on the monthly calls, and we had like 190, and it only got to 186, and then boom, died back here, and like quadruple bottom. It bottomed once, twice, 3, 4 times, and then finally earnings come out, and it's going here. No, like this is what happens though when sorry, let's see here. When you have big earnings and it blows it out the water and you gap up a lot, you go sideways for a couple of days. That's just how it is. It's same thing with when you drop down a big one, you go sideways for a couple of days. Okay, this one went sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it dropped. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 days. So we're at 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. Okay, and then you know, I think this one still goes higher. Here, let me put this. I think this works out. Let me see. I think this works out here. Yeah, I think so. Let's try it out. Okay. Redraw as channel. Yeah, that works out. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, that works out. So it's holding on this channel. So we had this little channel here, gapped up. Now we're holding it. So as long as we stay above this channel here, I want to say that 204. Just because it could be a little lower, like at 203, but I want to say. Yeah, we do that. Okay. I'm gonna say it's at 204. 204.50. 204.50. As long as it stays above that, we should hold this channel and then go higher. Okay, target is 225, 228, but I don't think that goes until January. I don't think we get that till January. I think this one maybe we'll get 215, maybe 220, maybe. That's if it goes, but considering how the market is, oh wait, after hours started 217, huh? All right, so something happened after hours that it's moving. So, all right, so it's pumping already. Now, all right, I didn't know it was pumping. I didn't look after hours, but if it holds this area, then that's still my target. Still my targets are the 220, 225, 228 level. But you're at 217 right now. Okay. Obviously, it doesn't matter what the market's doing. So there's going to be some stocks in the market like Lulu, Chipotle, J&J, that they don't care what the stock market is doing. They don't care what the S&P 500 is doing. They don't care what the QQQs are doing. And granted, these stocks are in the tech area, right? And SPY isn't as weak as QQQ. So overall, these companies can do well, So Lulu's doing great. Okay, it's at 217 after hours. If it holds that, great. I don't know if it's going to hold it. I don't know what's going to open at tomorrow. But yeah, we could get to that 225, 228 if that momentum persists. Now, if we open at 217, okay, say we open at 217, and then, we come back a little bit to 213, okay, and then just kind of chop around here. Let me see that 4 hour. Okay. You're going to have to stay above. You're going to have to stay above 213.20. Okay. Here, you're going to have to stay above 215. Okay, for that bull flag. Okay. And then if we set that bull flag up, we'll get 228. This bull flag will target 228. So you'll get that 200 SMA. So it looks good. Man, my leaps are loving it, right? We got those 250 leaps for next year. 227. Those ones could 10x. So if we break that 228. So all right, here, let me put it to you this simply. All right, this is nasty. Okay, ugly, nasty. Downtrend. Okay, let's clear all this out so y'all can see it. This is all nasty. Okay, I've been calling this for a couple months that this was going to happen. It took 2 months for it to even do anything, right? But once we hit this 200 SMA, I've been saying get long Lulu. It's going to turn. Well, actually, once we broke this once we broke this channel right here, okay, and that was the little guy, okay. So that was this guy. This guy broke it. So I said, get long leaps. This one's going to at least 260, 250. Okay, that's why we got 250 leaps. All right, now it's at 217. Okay, we're on our way. This one, even if this is going in a downtrend. Okay, even if it's going in a downtrend. Okay, which I don't think it is. It's not connecting. It's not connecting, so it's not really. But even if it is, we have till 290, 300. And I think I said that before on another live, that Lulu could get to 300. It's half. We more than halved. So we were at 517. We went all the way down to 160. I said, even if we get halfway up, that's like 300. Okay, that's double where we are now. Okay. And then that'll be halfway up to 500, right? Not halfway up from the bottom, but more than halfway down. Here, 250, 300, be halfway down, right? So I thought, 270, 260, that. So let it ride. Let the leaps ride. If you got shorter term, it's going to go 228. Okay, but I think that Lulu got out of its downtrend and it broke this level already. That's confirmed its uptrend. It's confirming uptrend even more. Once it breaks this 227, okay, it says right there higher. Okay, here, let me take this one off. It says right here higher. Higher. Okay, so once it goes higher than this, once it goes higher than that 228, once it breaks that 200, goes higher than that 208, then we're going to go 270, and then we're going to go here to 300. 300. Okay, 300. Okay, 300. And then from there, if we go past that, we go to this little gap fill right here, 320, 329. And then we'll see what it does from there. But yeah, this solid one. Solid one. Looking good. All right, I hope I answered your question. All right, next one. Cat. Okay. All right, cat. So cat's been a maniac. Been a maniac. Okay, it broke 600. Okay, and then it broke to 627. Okay, 627. It sold off hard, big volume. Okay, somebody put a big order to sell here. Okay, so now this general area needs to hold support on cat. If that does not happen and we just keep slicing through like hot lava, we're going to 530. But this general area, this one right here, 551, that needs a hold. That needs a hold cat. It needs a hold. Because somebody with big money sold at 630 or 627. So right before 630. So someone with big money sold there. Because this one couldn't hold from 627. It couldn't even hold 600. It couldn't hold 590. And that was a lot of support right there at 590. So this here needs a hold there. And if it can hold there, okay, maybe if it doesn't, it goes 540. Maybe it bounces there, comes back to 570, and then say it makes this little head and shoulders pattern. That could happen. And then pretend it's topped out. But this is the only thing I don't like about cat. So cat was breaking out right here, right when it passed that 600. It broke out. Okay, made a new high. Okay, now we're below the breakout here. Okay, that's the only thing I don't like about it. Right here is the breakout. 595, 596.21. 596.21. It broke out. Okay, made new highs. Okay, but now we're back under. False breakout. We're back in here. Okay, and we have that bearish divergence. So, this could be a little top for cat. I mean, cat did run very long time. It did run a lot. Okay, we have that bearish divergence there. I did not expect it to drop so fast. But you know what? That's what happens with stocks. Sometimes they drop fast. Okay, rallied up really. I mean, cat was on a non-stop killing spree for a long time. So, okay, it doesn't hold 551. If it doesn't hold 541, then we go 530. But if we hold that 541, then we bounce back to 575. And then from there, we make this little head and shoulders pattern over the next couple weeks. And then we see if it drops or not. Okay. But right now, that's what it's looking like. 4 days ago, man, it was at 627. 4 days later, 561. That's crazy. Crazy. Okay. All right. All right, hood. Okay. Hood. All right, hood. All right, hood. So a lot of choppiness in hood. Choppy down. Okay, choppy down. Downtrend. Okay. Choppy down. Downtrend. It just looks ugly to me. I don't know. It doesn't have any real patterns. It has a bear flag right here. That's about it. Right here, it just, you know, it's just, it's looking like, it's kind of looking like this channel, like this. Kind of looking like this channel, right? Come up here, bounce up there, get up here, get in here. It's a mid channel. Come back here. There's mid channel. Come back down the lower channel. Come back here, upper channel. Come right here. We're the mid channel again. Yeah, it looks like we're in a sideways chop to the downside. It's just not. It doesn't look good to me. Let me look at a higher time frame here. Okay, higher time frame. Okay, that doesn't even look better. So I could see the nice long bull flag here. Okay, I see that. Okay, and this could be the flag part, but here's the top. Okay, we got that hanging man. We got the bearish engulfing hanging man confirmation. All right, and now we have the falling candle, bearish candle, rejecting the trend line here. I think it goes lower. You know, I just don't see. Here, this looks better, right? The flag looks better here. I think we're gonna maybe have this area of 105. Maybe we even come back down a little bit more to 96. We're below the 20 SMA weekly. Okay, we're making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. This one could be a lower low at 96.80. I think that's where it goes, 96.80, and then maybe from there, I think it could hold, and then it could change its tone. But right now, let's see, how far is 96.80? It's not that far. So this bear flag could take it at 105. That's for sure. 96.80 is right on that channel, which is going to correlate with that 200 SMA. In time, those could meet up. I think, yeah, that bear flag doesn't look. Bear flag looks great. Looks like it's going to take it down to 105. Then probably 96.80. Yeah, the bear flag looks good too because the high volume, low volume on the buy, high volume on the sells. That's good. Okay, 105.69. Okay, come down 96.8. Yeah, I think that's where it goes. 96.8. Okay, that bear flag fire is 95. I mean, 105.60 comes. Okay. All right. All right, Microsoft. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's see. I don't know what's small that. Okay. All right, Microsoft has been kind of chilling in this 75 level area forever. Okay. No. Okay. Oh. Looking more and more like a double top every time I look at it. Ugh. Okay, nasty long here. I don't like that. Let's see. Let me look at a monthly. Monthly looks a lot better. Monthly looks a lot better. Okay, monthly looks better. So straight up, sideways. Okay, holding monthly support. Monthly support is 475. Like it. I hate to say it, but I want to see. Microsoft, okay. Microsoft was up yesterday. Did held that 200. It was up yesterday. Okay, it was down a little bit today, but held at 75. Okay. You know, I want to say that it stays consolidating. You know, I hate to say it, but it's better than dropping. But I think it stays consolidating around this 475 level, as where all other tech is gonna fall. I think that we might fall, but we're not gonna fall that much. We're gonna stay in this consolidation zone, between 470 and 490. But mostly we're gonna stay in the lower end between 470 and 42. So I think this box is gonna be what we're gonna be in. So that box is what we're gonna be in. Now, if we do fall lower than this here, because this is a giant little bull flag here on the daily, on the weekly as well, it's like this little bull flag. But see, we're just inside. So that just tells me we're gonna consolidate. If we drop any lower, it's gonna be 463. But I don't think we go too far away from this 475. I think if we do hit that, we're going to come right back up to this 475. I think it wants to stay in that 470, 480 zone. Upper end is going to be 480 to 490. But I think we just stay kind of just sideways in this zone. I think so. I mean, again, 463, possible. Okay, 463. 463 possible. Man. 463 possible, but I don't think it stays there too long. It gets it back up there. Okay. On the monthly, what is that? 448. I don't think we go that low. Yeah, I don't think we go that low. Is it like on a worst case scenario? Maybe, but I don't think it goes that low. Yeah, I think it goes maybe worse. It goes 463, but I think it stays in this general area. Yeah, I don't think it goes any higher or lower than that. All right, Microsoft. Okay, so MicroStrategy. Okay. So MicroStrategy. All right. All right, MicroStrategy. What a bummer on this one, huh? This one, this fooled us for sure. It went to 198.40, and then boom, gap filled, reversed, fooled us again, and now that 20 SMA is just acting as a downtrending guide. Okay, we're at lows here. All right. You know, RSI isn't really dropping too badly, but I do think. Let's see here. So I wanted to hold above these levels here. I wanted to hold above these levels here, which is 161, which it is, but 134, freaking hey. The only problem with MicroStrategy is, you know, it looked like it bottomed here, and you know, Bitcoin didn't yet. I think because how tech is looking and how Bitcoin, you know, I would be a buyer at 145. 145, 146. That's only because we need to break this low, because Bitcoin is going to break its low. So if we don't break this low, then great. You know, if we could just stay above here at 160 areas, that'd be great. But I feel like Bitcoin's going to break its low. If that happens, this has to too. So I'm thinking, you know, Bitcoin is still stuck. So Bitcoin is still stuck here, right at that 85 level. Now that could change tomorrow, and the next day, and we could hit that 78 and then take off. And that's what I'm waiting for. Hits that 78, we hold that, then we take back up again because this area is a strong area. Okay, we are holding the 100 SMA. Well, that's exactly at 85, 300 where we're holding it. So, maybe it holds that. I think it dips one more time though. I think it just. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then give me one more dip, even if it's not all the way down. Maybe it's to 81 or maybe 80. Just one more dip, and that will satisfy. And then you could start running again. But right now, it's just holding that 100 SMA, but it's weak. We're below the 20 SMA again. Okay, that's not good on the daily. Below all the moving averages, they can start crossing over. That's not good. So, it's not. I don't think MicroStrategy's it yet. I don't think it's time yet. I don't think it's time yet. It already fooled me once. I'm not gonna let it fool it again. If it tried to fool me twice, I didn't try. I'm not trying to get fooled again. So, I'm not. Now, Oracle, on the other hand, this one fooled me twice. That's for sure. So this one definitely, it said bottom. Okay, rallied up, tried to take off, failed, hit the bottom again. Okay, and then try to hold that, and now we're at this gap fill. So this gap fill right here. Let's see. I'm just going to type that in gap fill on the daily there. Okay, that gap fill is 179.55. So that's that gap fill right there, and we hit that gap fill. Okay. And so on the other hand, I think Oracle is right there, but it had bad news today. That said, their $10 billion deal that they worked on for all of their machines, the cloud machines or the servers, all the servers, there's a big guy backing out of it. So, it got hurt. Do I think all that's noise? Yes, I do. Do I think this will turn around? Yes, I do. But do I? Is it just yet? I don't know. RSI's at 50. That's good. We hit the gap. That's good. We're at the 20 SMA on the monthly. That's good. Okay, weekly. We're almost at the 100 SMA at 173. So we're almost there. Okay. Okay, right here at this 178 area. This is very good support. Okay, that's good. That's very good. I think Oracle's a great opportunity right now? I do. Do I think that it's at the bottom? I think maybe the 100 SMA right here, that 173, so 173, 174, that's going to be the actual bottom. And that's where you're going to want to buy some long-term leaps. That's where you're going to want to buy some long-term leaps. Definitely be buying some long-term leaps for Oracle. Okay, and they have all the way to 2028. Okay, and easy buy 300 2028. That's an easy buy. We'll be there by 2028. 765 days. That's an easy buy. I'd probably put everything in that one. But Oracle, having said that, I think it's coming. I just don't think it's right today, only because tech still has a little bit to go. Tech is still going to fall a little bit more. So I think Oracle maybe is just slowing down. It's slowing down because like all that news that it had today, it should have dropped farther, but it didn't because it's already came down so much. So Oracle, I think maybe goes down maybe $4 more, maybe $4 more, maybe $5, maybe, depending on how bad we sell off. But I think we're nearing the bottom. And as we're down here, we do have that bullish divergence still. We still have that bullish divergence. I like Oracle as a company, as a long-term company, as an AI company, because it's when you house the AIs. It's a part of AI because it's when you house all of the AI information, right? AIs don't work unless they have information to use. Okay, and they're the ones that are gonna house all these areas, right? These servers. So do I like it? Yes, they're gonna be paid no matter what because they need the AIs need those information, and we only have a certain amount of room in the world to house all these things and to cool them and all this other stuff, right? So do I like it? Yes. Okay. Do I think it's exactly ready? I think it's almost close. I think it's there. I mean, I thought it was here, there. I thought it was here, there. Okay, and we're close. You're always close. You get so far. Okay, you're always close, but yet so far. I think it's coming. I think it is. I think it's almost there. All right. I don't want to say that it's not. I think it is. Okay. All right. Coin. All right. Coin. All right. Coin. So, here we go. I thought this was 1 and 2. Turned out it was 4. Okay. So, this 3 ain't coming right now. So, this is here. We drop out. Okay. Here we got 1, 2. This is 3. This is 4. Okay. So, we're in the dropping. And I think 5 is going to be... 5 is gonna be. I think coin gets to 227 or 225, and I think that's the bottom. 225. I think maybe double bottoms at 230, but I think it breaks that bottom just because I think Bitcoin's gonna break that, or it's gonna get close to breaking it, or it's gonna hit the 80s. I think coin will hit the 225. I think that general area at right there, I think that's the bottom for coin. Okay. So this area right here is going to be the area. So 214, let's just say 215 to 230. So that $15 window, I think that's going to be the bottom for coin. And then you could get some leaps there for coin. Oh wait, that has a gap fill right here. Oh, that's why I had it there, huh? Okay, let's see that gap fill. Where is it at? It is at 213.60. All right, so there's a gap fill there. Okay. All right. So I think maybe we hit that gap fill there. And then we turn around. But I would be a long-term buyer. Coin right there at that 215 area. I'd be a long-term buyer. And let's see. This one has January 2028 as well. These ones are a lot more expensive. But we'll see if when we get down there. See how much they cost. Because this implied volatility is only 69%. But we're at 244. Okay, the other one was $1. So, or 100 and something. But I would say 500 when you're down there at the 215 areas are going to be like 25 to 30, and I would be buying those for 220 to 28. But yeah, I think that would bottom, and I think even 2027s I think would be great if we get there, and even like say 400 220 on 27s, because I think all of this here, I think in 2027, I think we're gonna V recovery all this right here, just like we come here, we V recovered here. I think next year, I think we're gonna just V recovery everything and get back up to 400. I think it's all gonna be like that. All this stuff is gonna wash over, and I think we're just filling some gaps, and then we turn around, and we're gonna be right back to the highs. And I don't see us going into a crazy recession or whatnot, or everything dies, because if that was going to happen, the Fed would have cut already so many times. They would have saved all those cuts for all of this. Okay, that's what I was saying in the beginning. I wanted SPY and QQQ to drop before the Fed cut, so that they would make it even worse to cut, right? All right, so that didn't happen. All right. All right, next, NBIS. Okay, NBIS. NBIS, it looks like it's going gap fill right here, 65 to 66. That's where it's going, gap fill area. Okay. CRWV, I think I did that one already. Did a pretty thorough analysis on that one. Okay, NVO. Let's see, NVO. NVO is just chilling right here at that 46, 47 area. RSI is climbing up. It's good. Squeeze is setting up. I mean, it's a good area to buy. It's a great area to buy. It's just going to consolidate for a while. You're just going to have to buy and hold this one as a stock, or you're going to have to buy some leaps on this one for options, because this one's just a buy and hold. It's just steady. It's just going to chop around here for a while. It's going to chop around here for a while, but it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. Okay, a net. All right, a net looks like a bear flag. It looks like it's going to go to that 200 SMA, 114. Yeah, this looks like a bear flag. If it loses that 121, it's definitely a bear flag. So then you come revisit this 114, and that 200 is going to have to stop it. Okay, if that 200 doesn't stop it, then, we have problems. Because then this one's going to probably go, 103. Okay, so that 214 needs to stop it. Okay. But it looks like it's going down. The 121, you're going to go to 214. This is a bear flag right there. That's a bear flag. This is a bear flag. That bear flag just fired. Loses that 121. We're going to 114. Yep. RSI rejected 50 already. Coming down. Yeah, this one's going down. I mean, the whole market is just weak. So you gotta understand that the whole market is weak. So everything's gonna kind of be weak and go down. The only things are the opposite ones that are like LLY. I mean, LLY is all right. But Lululemon, CMG, Chipotle, like those stocks are going up when the market's going down. J&J going up when the markets are going down. They don't care about them. All these other stocks that are going down with the markets, they have an effect on them. They're caring about them. All right, LLY weekly has the bull flag right here. Beautiful little bull flag there. It's just consolidating sideways. The weekly consolidating sideways. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks to go up. It's going to consolidate for a couple weeks. Okay. Daily pulled back here, bounced on here. The 999 area was support, held it. Now it's forming a little bull flag here. That 20 SMA at 1040 is 1041 is a support. Okay, that has a little bull flag. It's just going to consolidate. This looks great. It's just consolidating. Nothing bad on LLY. Looks good. All right, Hood already did. All right, PayPal. All right, PayPal. Let's go PayPal. All right, PayPal. Okay. Let's clear all this out. All right, PayPal. Let's check you out. Oh, okay, monthly. Okay, let's see here. All right, this is gonna be. All right, this is gonna be that low. Okay, and this is gonna be the monthly. Gonna be right here, and then we're check out the weekly here. Okay, weekly, we're gonna grab this here. Okay, we're gonna grab that there. Okay. All right, well, weekly right away, this is a bear flag. Okay, it's a bear flag on there. Okay, RSI coming down, squeeze is firing down. That's not good. Okay, so that's bear flag. Okay, this is a support 57.40. All right, so 52.34 would be target for this bear flag. 55 and then 52. So 55 would be first target. 55, then 52.34. Okay. All right, so we have this here. All right, so we're rejecting the 20 SMA, rejecting. Okay, our size below 50. We got to squeeze. It's looking like it's in a little downtrending position. I don't know what time frame though. It's like because on the 4 hour it's just sideways here. Okay, let's see here. No, this is just more sideways action. It's sideways action, but down. It's down sideways action. Okay, our side below 50, squeeze forming to the downside. This looks down. This looks down to me. This is a box. Okay, so remember our box, what we do with the box. Highlight the box. Okay, this is our box. Okay, if we drop where the box drops. So that's going to be 58. So 58. So, if we lose that here, we're going to come here to here. Okay, and then if we lose that, we go 55. Okay, but it's looking weak all the way around. All right. Okay, that's PayPal. Okay, DXYZ. All right, DXYZ. All right, so this been holding there. Okay, fairly new company, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so big candles here. Okay, this one, don't like this weekly candle. Right here. All right, so don't like this weekly candle. Okay, so unfortunately, this stock needs to close above 35 this week. Is that where it needs to close? Yeah, 35. I don't even need this candle anymore. So it needs to close above 35.50. If this cannot close above 35.50, I know on the daily it looks good, but on the weekly it's very bad. That's going to be a bearish engulfing candle, or it's going to be a dark cloud cover, and then you're going to have to find out next week what it does. But if this can close above 35.50 this week, then that's good. You don't have a reversal candle. You have an actual bull flag on the daily that could push it higher to 43, 40, or 45. Okay. All right. Let's see. Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin, it's just holding that 45. Once it loses that, I wanted to lose it already because of once it does that, we could get on with our life, But it's consolidating. It's preventing us to live. It's just making it harder for us. Do we got a nice positive divergence here? Kind of, yeah. But I'd rather lose it. The divergence is there. We come down, have a sell-off, hit maybe 80. Okay, have a positive divergence. Okay, we turn around and then we go. Let's go. Let's take off. Because once this starts going, because the markets are taking down, Bitcoin was the first to go. Now, in order for our markets to turn around, Bitcoin has to be the first to go. Okay, so Bitcoin goes first higher, then we could all go higher overall. All right. All right, guys. Yeah. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. That's all I got for you guys today. Well, actually, no, I don't. AMD. Okay, AMD. We said that was gonna drop. Okay, it's dropping. Okay, we lose that 196. We're going to these gap fills. Okay, this is a bear flag. Okay, we lose this. We come down here. Okay, not. But we get that gap fill. Then that's going to be our turnaround. Okay, those are going to be our turnaround areas, right? With Bitcoin and everything also needs to come turn around. Nvidia, same thing. Big bear flag here, dropping down. We break this low. We're going to 164. 164 is buy area. Okay, that's where we're going to be buying at it. Maybe we drop a little bit lower, maybe, but I don't think so. I think that 164 is solid. Okay, all these levels are opportunities. You know, you wanted to buy Nvidia at 200, right? You wanted to buy it at 190. You wanted to buy it at 180. Okay, now it's going to be 164. Why not buy it there? Okay, you're going to want to buy it there. Okay, so I like those to the downside for this week. Okay, Apple, same thing. We're at the upper end of the channel on the upper end. We're I said what 2 weeks ago? I said Apple we're breaking out, but if we get back under 278, it's bearish. It's gonna fall back down. Okay, well now we're in a downtrend. Okay, so now we're in a downtrend. Apple, I feel like we're gonna get 268. I think we're gonna get 268 this week. Okay, I got 270 puts, so 268 would love it. All right. Maybe we get 265. I don't know by Friday. But that's where the support is, 270, 265. We have 268 as the 50 SMA. But possibly go there. We probably revisit 260, honestly. Not by Friday, but maybe by Friday. I don't know. But I'm saying it's just this false breakout. You know, we're going down now. All right. Okay. Okay. Tesla. Okay, sure. No, I didn't. Nobody asked me to do Tesla, but I'll do Tesla. All right, Tesla. What a sucker, right? What are we fell for it on Oracle. We fell for it on MicroStrategy. Now we fell for it on freaking Tesla. Tesla broke out 471. Had beautiful rally to 91 yesterday. Okay, we solid 2 days, big volume. Okay, today, 495 all the way back down to 465. Okay, we need to get back over 471. If we could do that, we're good, and we could get back up and head on to that 500. Okay, if we do not get back over that 471, then, you know, we're coming to 460 because this is the gap fill area. Gap fill is 463. Okay, we gap fill there. Okay, hit 460 possibly. But I'd rather it hold that 471 and then go back to 490, 495, 500. Okay, but that's where we're at right now. It has one nasty day, but we're gonna see, does it have two? If it has two, we're SOA, we're SOL. But if tomorrow we could get back above 471, we're good to go. This was a fake out, and we're going higher. All right. So, there you go, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you guys next week.